not really. Right now, I don't have anything to ask.
Okay. So I was not able to access the session document. Were you able to access the session document for today?
Yeah, I was able to access it, and it was regarding big city versus small town.
Okay. Big city versus small town. Okay. So now the activity for today is first give me a list of abstract nouns in the sense that you cannot touch. It is just there, like emotions, abstract nouns. It is not countable, but you can just
Okay,
relate it. Yeah.
it is love for a child,
Okay. Love, good. What else? Keep on giving some of the abstract nouns.
love,
Love,
and pain. No,
pain, yes. Agony, pain, correct?
and mm, happiness,
Happiness, yes.
and what else?
Kindness,
Kindness, right? Kindness
okay.
and uh, help, help
Health,
that help help to help someone. We can't touch it,
okay.
but we
Yes.
do.
So the mentality, the mindset to help someone, okay. Willingness to help, correct. Okay. So my question is general question. Is happiness expensive these days, especially in the 21st century? Think and give me the answer. Is it expensive? Is it rare? Or is it not expensive?
Okay. Ma'am, actually, what I think actually happiness is having a different philosophy or a different meaning in uh, everyone's book, everyone's
Okay.
life.
It
Yeah,
changes from
because
person to person. It
yeah, it
varies.
changes from person to person. It varies because sometimes some of us may think that if I buy new clothes or if I go for some this place to visit or explore,
Hmm.
then some people may think of that it gives them pleasure or happiness. For some
Yes,
people, it is there. If they earn more money, they they do feel they are happy.
great. Yeah.
Uh, So it varies from person to person, but uh, I think happiness is something uh, uh, which we can feel, not from a materialistic thing. Actually,
Okay.
a person who is happy from within, only
Okay.
he can understand his own feelings, that whether he is happy or not. Because if you are happy with materialistic thing, then it is not going to stay longer with you.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
transient, it's temporary. So you're talking about
temporary,
internal. You should be able to relate with it internally, and it shouldn't be dependent on
internal,
external factors. And if it is dependent
right?
on external factors, it is temporary, it is fleeting, it is transient. Correct. Okay.
Right.
So coming to big city and small town, what is your preference? Do you like big cities? Do you like small towns?
Okay, I love both.
You like
I
both.
love both.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I think 50% of my life, or till today, 50% of my journey is completed in a village, that means a small town, and 50% is in a city like Delhi.
Okay.
So I have experience of both, and
Okay.
if you ask me which one is better, then it is certainly I'm not going to give a perfect answer for it, because both are good for me. Both seems to be both are having their own significance.
Both taught
So
you like.
Yeah,
Both taught you life. Yes. Okay.
both taught me life, because most of the time when I was child and when I was studying basic education, when I was in taking my basic education, at that time also it was a very happy moment when I was in school.
Okay.
So happy moment in the sense, the life of a small town is also very seems to be very nice, and life of a big city is also in some aspects are very good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, as a child, you were in a small town. You spend most of your time in a small town, right?
Right,
And
right,
then you move to the city. So even when you compare the town then with the small town that you have now, things
right.
have changed. So just take even a small village. Let's talk about a village. 20 years back, the scenario was different, and now things in a village is different. We can say it's different and it's developed to an extent, maybe the mindset of the people. So
Surely, surely.
yeah, so when you go back to your town, how is it different from how it was when you were a child? What are the
Okay,
things that you
then
miss? Yeah.
okay. Actually, uh, what I actually miss in my small town is now we don't have right now we don't have sufficient uh, players around us in my village, because if at all you want to play some game, cricket or so, then you will not find 11 players, because everyone
Okay.
is busy and everyone
Busy.
is now shifted themselves to some big city to earn money for a
Yes.
basic routine life. And what I actually saw during these past few years, that urbanization is taking place very fast.
Okay.
In my, yeah, actually 20 years, 10 to 15 years before, what was there at my small town, now it is changed quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, because earlier, if at all someone wants to go to a hospital, then Uh, he needs to travel at least 50 kilometers to reach out a uh,
Yes.
good hospital. But
Yes,
right now
because
it is
yeah.
readily available nearby home. Yeah.
Right, 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 right. Because availability of transportation, if at all not transportation, less forests, you don't have much hurdles. Earlier it was
Yeah.
dense, it was dark, due to several factors, like electricity was not there. You just have one lamp flickering there, and after maybe 10 kilometers you have the next lamp. But now it's like
Right.
access is better. Even if you don't have bullock carts and things like that, accessibility of things. And you have a lot of
Yeah.
hospitals in villages. Yes. Yeah,
Correct.
go on.
Earlier, if your electricity, this transformer is if goes down
Yeah.
perishable, then you are not going to have electricity for next 2 to 3 months, for
Yes,
sure.
yes,
Earlier it
yes.
used to
Very
happen.
difficult to get it repaired. Yes, you have to stay.
Yes.
You have to
Yeah.
live without the
Yeah.
electricity.
You have to bring out your latte and all, and you have to depend on those latte only for 2 to 3 months. It used to
Okay.
be happen. Yeah.
So first you talked about cost of living. Cost of living has gone up, and that is why people are forced to move from villages or small towns to big cities because they get
Right.
better, they can earn better. So it's
Right.
not because they find happiness necessarily, it's because that is a requirement and things have gone up
Requirement.
in terms of living. Yeah.
Right.
Even to purchase two clothes a month or to feed yourself, the expenses, it has gone up. So there's no choice.
Up.
Okay, you are left
Right.
without any options, much options. The second point that
Correct.
you talked about is urbanization. It is increasing in villages.
Right.
Urbanization always used to be connected with cities and metropolitan life, but now urbanization in the village, that is also there. Okay, things have people have started thinking faster. There also you have
Right.
got internet. People have got accessibility in most of the villages. Not every village in India, but still Most of the villages. So urbanization in the village is one of the factors, and that is something that has to be debated also about. Okay.
Right.
Now coming to mindset, mentality of the people, how is it different? Because both taught you life. How is the mindset of people living in small town different from, if at all it's different, from people living in big cities?
Okay. As I have already told you that I have experience of both, then I can explain it in a good way, because what I saw in during my childhood, and now in a village or in a small town, people used to help each other uh, without any this thing benefit, or
Okay.
without any, right,
Expectation. Without any expectation.
expectation. Without any expectation, they used to help each other. If
Mm.
someone is in a problem, they they their relatives, their friends, their neighbors, they all join their his the person who is suffering, or the person who is having problem. They join their hand, and they to take him out of that problem. It is
Yes.
happening right now. It is it is not like it was happening earlier. It is
Mm-hmm.
happening right now also. Then the main difference was this one. And in a big city, what I found that here people used to live in flats or apartments, and they
Mm.
don't know each other beside while living on the same floor. They don't know
Yes.
each other. They don't
Mm.
know about their neighbor. They don't know who they are, or how many family members they are, whether they are sick, or they are totally not in this
Correct.
thing. Uh, they are totally not connected to each other. So if at all if someone is in pain, or someone is, suppose right now during this pandemic, uh, the main problem was with big cities, because here if someone is suffering from COVID, no one bothers for him, and no one is going to help him for their basic amenities and basic requirements. No one is going to
Mm.
look after.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
so what I think, it is this one is the basic or
Difference.
main difference between big city and small town.
Okay. Okay. So, adding to that, it also varies from person to person, but basic differences because of the situation and accessibility and the comfort zone that we have, all that is there. So, you talked about, so when you were talking, I'll just give you the feedback. I could see that there was a sequence. You had a lot of thoughts, and there was a flow in the way you were trying to express those thoughts. And in some places, you were not getting the correct words, the correct expression also, but you managed. For example, there was a time when people used to come together, join hands, and help a person. You were not able to get that expression, but you managed by saying that you bring out the person from that situation, and the person is fine. And then, of course, when you look at apartments and people who live in flats, the carefree attitude, because things have become so materialistic and people are
Right.
so stuck to time and work and all that, that they don't know who is living next door and how many members are there in the family and whether the person is sick. So, carefree attitude, not necessarily selfishness, but
Right. Right.
people are not bothered. That's what you told. They're not bothered, and there's no
Correct.
requirement for them to bother. Why should I bother? If I bother, is it going to be a problem? Because there are people who say, "Why are you bothering me? Why do you
Correct.
want to know how
Actually,
many
carefree
people are?"
attitude. The correct word is
Exactly.
carefree attitude.
Exactly,
Correct.
carefree attitude, and
Right.
that is why humanity is actually dissolving from the face of the planet. That is also one
Correct.
of the reasons. Basic
Right.
expectation from a human being is to have that humanity, and that is dissolving. And all the examples are there, all the happenings in the world. So rightly said. Okay. So you were able to manage. The main thing is sequence was there. Though you were struggling to find the right words, I could see that with the help of prepositions, connectives, and simple words, you were able to bring out the idea. Now you need to work on your vocabulary. That is the main thing. When you keep working on the vocabulary, you will get the right words at the right time. And sometimes you're getting mixed up with past tense and present tense. Sometimes, not everywhere. Is, was, now the situation was, no, no, no. Now the situation is. So that you just have to be a bit more careful. Not everywhere.
Right.
Go back to today's session and just be careful with the tenses, because when I'm listening to you as a listener, when you make small mistake with tense, there's a chance that the listener loses interest. Suppose you're giving a presentation to a group of 50 people. Okay, so just be
Right.
careful. The second thing is vocabulary. I think you just have to work on these things, otherwise it's fine.
Right.
Right, so it was nice talking to you. Any questions, anything that you want to share, you can tell me.
No, ma'am. I'll work on your feedback.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And just work on 2-3 words daily. That's more than enough, minimum 2 or 3 words, and try
Sure.
to use during the sessions. Yeah. So I
Sure,
think
ma'am.
we can wind off the session for today. Thank you for joining on time.
Thanks, ma'am.